changes everything.
3, 2, 1, action.
So hello everyone, it's Savidi and I'm back for yet another video, and I hope you guys are having a great time and welcome back to my channel. Let's get into adulting part 2. Oh my god, that was just exposing
Ako naman ang magtatanong. Pwede?
that I got them backed up. Oh, now yeah, her hair is long. Okay.
Hindi ko naman
Bakit?
You see, she looks different, yeah.
darating ka. Kung alam ko lang, di dapat hindi na ako nag-adventure.
I love the look. The look is like you wanna taste that, you wanna touch that, you wanna.
Hey guys,
I love the
welcome
beats.
back to my channel. This is Heart once again, and today is going to be a very exciting episode because we are going to be featuring one of our most requested guests. Welcome to Adulting 101
So now I know one of
with
the-
Heart and Chiz.
Hi, darling.
Welcome back. Ano mo tayo nakita? How
Kailan?
are things in your life these days?
Okay naman. Nagilid-gilid lang.
Because actually, we came up with the questions because on Instagram, we asked people to, ask whatever
I
they
love
like.
this background.
And we had actually 200
And I love the
messages
aperture
from you
going
guys,
on
so
with the
thank you
back.
so much.
It's really nice.
But because we can't really keep this guy, this busy bee, with us for a very long time, we
That's
came up
right.
with a few questions, the best questions, and we felt that people could relate to.
That's
So,
so
sabi nila,
nice.
tanongin niyo yung
too.
matanda. Baka masagot nila ito. Ganun?
Yes.
And I'm glad he's able to open
my
up this
first
way.
question: people that are dealing with changes, like you're going through changes, like with your schedule, with everything. How is it going, and how do people deal with changes?
You simply adapt. The only thing permanent in this world is change.
It's true.
So, palagi
So
magbabago
true.
yan. Palaging may magbabago sa buhay mo. And you can't keep it the same way as it has been for the longest
Yeah.
time. So you have only one choice. Adapt
I
to
get
change.
bored easily.
Try to make the most
So,
out of it.
oh,
In my case, I'm from legislative. I'm going to the executive branch. So I'm trying to adapt to that change.
Yeah.
It's difficult, but we're getting there.
So it is difficult to adapt to change, but how can you be very, have gratitude and still handle it with grace?
When you say adapt, you have to accept it. You have to embrace it.
Yes,
Don't fight
and make it work.
While you're fighting it, the more difficult time
It
you will
becomes.
get in trying to adapt. So embrace it, accept it. There's nothing you can do about it, whether it's for the good or for the bad. Still, you have to adapt and accept it. Otherwise, mahihirapan
it's a
ka.
waste of time, yes.
Eh, paano nga
You
yan?
just be
Tapos
brushed to the
tapos
side.
Visit ka, and bitter ka. Syempre, that's the reality.
Kasi hindi mo tinatanggap at tinalabanan mo pa.
So, anong first step na?
Tanggapin mo.
I love how the connection they have is so
what's like
genuine.
the time frame for you have to mourn? I mean, of course.
Yes, but that's part of the process of accepting. You mourn if it's something bad, if it's change leading to something bad, then you need time to mourn. The same is true with respect to change, that all of a sudden something good happened in your life.
Yes.
There's a time to celebrate too, but that's part of accepting. Celebrating or mourning at the same time, or while you're going through that process, accepting it along the way.
That's so
dealing with it,
smart, yeah.
And like for
Harsh ba?
so they're harsh.
That's
It is
amazing.
harsh. That's why they're
Yeah.
asking, because there are a lot of people.
It is harsh, but you can't sugarcoat it.
Guys,
That's why the oft-quoted phrase.
the definition of being human, you cannot
Celery.
sugarcoat it. Yeah.
Yun talaga ang buhay.
He has lived, so he
hindi naman
knows what he's
palaging masama
saying.
yung pagbabago. Yung pagbabago din naman maganda. And if you weigh it out, when you look back in your life, you'll see and realize, hopefully, na yung pagbabago na ganap sa buhay mo,
Yep.
karamihan doon is for the better.
Yes,
Yeah, it all
it's
makes
so
sense.
true.
This is a topic that a lot of people talk about. It's been everywhere, and I actually haven't really spoke about this, about my share of anxiety and stress.
that-
People see you on
Especially
social
when you're in the
media,
public
and
eye, I can
you
see.
like to uplift people, you like to inspire people, but the reality is we all don't have perfect lives, and I have
Actually.
I have anxiety. I have anxiety with it. Just it was just one flight, and now all the flights are all the same. I feel like I'm gonna die. Like this is it. And then it shifted to elevators, and it shifted to fear of madapa ka, mamamatay ka na. How do you deal with that? I mean, you give the best advice. Like
I know,
how I
his
survived
advice he
with
does
him,
not even
so-
play.
I try, but
I'm just saying.
Successful na ba?
It works. It
And
Really?
it's very smart too.
Consistent lang. Sorry makulit. But yeah.
Basically, people think if they're afraid of something that they don't have or they lack courage. There's actually a very good definition of courage, which basically says that courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to overcome it. So that you're afraid of something doesn't mean you're less courageous. That you fear something doesn't mean that you're a fearful person. Courage is basically defined as one's ability to overcome it. Kung tatagalugin natin yun, walang lalaking matapang sa lumilipad na ipis. Basically,
Yeah, there is this statement, fear means face everything and rise, or fear everything and run away or so, right? Fear everything and run away. Yes, so it's either one or the other. You know, you face everything and rise, or you face everything and run away. Okay.
yun ang Tagalog version ng... So, normal matakot. Normal magkaroon ng takot, normal makaramdam ng takot. Pero ang tanong, kaya mo bang lampasan yung takot na yun? So, she often asks me the question, why is this happening to me? Sabi ko, maliban sa baka may balat ko sa puwet. Because probably God is making you stronger. Meaning, He lets you go through all of these bad experiences to make you stronger, to test your ability to overcome that fear. Hindi naman para gawin kang manhid, pero para makayaran mo yung mas malala pa sigurong ibabato sa'yo. Not because He wants to really make it more difficult for you, but to make you stronger.
And paano if you doubt yourself? I mean, it's easier said than done, but of course you go through it over and over.
And at some point you're like
It might be
tired.
like bring it to its
I don't know
logical
that feeling.
If it happens, it happens, and if I can accept it and there's nothing I can do about it, then I stop thinking about it. Because
And just
at the
walk
end of the
with
day,
it.
pinoproblema mo na, wala pa. So, parang double whammy naman yan. Wala pa, pinoproblema mo na, pinagdaanan mo na yung sakit ng ulo at yung nararamdaman na wala pa naman, paano pa hindi naman natuloy, sayang lang yan.
I hear that all the time. All the time.
Nakakapagod yan. Di ba naman nakakapagod yan?
Oh, pero kailangan ko ulit-ulit ng slide.
Hindi ka ba napapagod?
Napagod na ako.
Kaya nga.
Oh,
Kaya nga.
kaya nga. Pero I'm better now. So I hope you guys are gonna feel better soon. The greatest lesson in life that you've learned? Candidate.
Nothing is constant.
In relation to your question about change, nothing lasts forever.
What did I say?
So make sure you ask this.
That's what I've learned. So I was right. I was like, nothing is constant. It's so true.
Habang mataas ang pwesto mo, habang may pera ka, huwag mo isipin habang buhay yan, baka dumating yung panahon na mawala yan, ikabalik ka rin naman totoo. Kahit na mahirap ka, o naghihirap ka ngayon, o nagtitiis ka ngayon, hindi rin naman habang buhay yan. So make sure that you're able to adapt to that change. So madaling salita, huwag kang magbago kung ano at sino
So
ka man
true.
sa gaman nakarating. Para pag mawala man
He's a
yan,
smart guy.
normal pa rin
He
yung buhay
is
mo.
really smart.
And so a lot of people now in their 20s, they are going through so much pressure. Actually, if they think about it, it's not as big of a problem, but then because there's just so much going on,
Yes.
they're facing so much stress and everything. But when you were in your 20s, what is something you know now that you wish you knew in your 20s?
Dapat niligawan ko lahat ng gusto ko niligawan. No.
Saan tayo mamaya?
When I turned 20, I was in my first sem at the UP College of Law. Tama ba? Yeah, when I turned 20. So my advice to myself at that time, do your work and at the same time live your life, defined as do what you need to do, like finish your studies, apply for a job, look for a job,
Yup.
for that matter.
I was
But at
focused
the
on
same
finishing my
time,
studies.
Enjoy life. Enjoy life meaning to say, this is your time to have no fear. This is your time, not to be reckless, not to be carefree, but to have no fear. Absence of fear insofar as trying new things. Trying things you haven't tried before. Things that you're uncomfortable with. This is the time. Because later on in life, when you have regular job, obligations,
You will
your
not have the
aging
time to do
parents or
those
sickly
stuff, right?
parents, you have a wife, you have children, you should be more careful already, but experiencing it at this early stage via living life will never happen again. But living life also includes spending time with your loved ones.
So true.
Because you can't bring it back too. That was the time when you were still also more vulnerable than you are now. Mas mahina yung loob mo. Mas kulang ka sa tapang, mas walang pera yung bulsa mo. It would be nice to make your parents feel needed and wanted at that time. Especially given the fact that in my case, ayaw na matulog ng mga anak, di ba? Nung nila Chessy at Kino katabi ko. It goes there. And it's nice for any parent to see their kids actually wanting and needing them even at that age. So it would be nice to show that to them too. And that should be part of the definition of living life.
This ain't no allegedly.
Now, when it comes to your passion and practicality, what would you choose?
Depending on my age, probably. Right now, it's practicality.
Annette, let's go with the age. Kasi masyado advanced. Mga age ko. Mga 20s. Charot.
Excited mo darling practicality.
Annette, 20-somethings. 20-somethings to 30, it's more or less the same.
It's never too early to save and be practical. But there's also a time to actually enjoy not only what you have, but enjoy life.
Life.
As it is brought
I was
before
about to
you.
say that.
so
Enjoy
between
life,
the two, it
enjoy-
should always be a balance.
Between both.
If you can do both, why not?
Exactly.
As they say, it's, you can
That's
have the
what I'm
best of both
doing.
worlds when it comes to this one. But
That's what I'm actually doing practicality and passion. So anyone that works out, then I can give up the other. So if passion works out, then I can give up practicality. If practicality works out, I'll have to make it work. I'm not a fan of practicality, as you can tell. It's just because I realize that when I do practicality, I will be stuck in that race for the rest of my life, and
It just feels icky.
that's not fun, because at the end of the day, I never had fun. So that's why I do both, so that way I'm not missing out on both sides. But then again, it gives you less time to do things you would want to do, like travel out of the blue, you know, because you're trying to balance practicality and passion simultaneously. So I do get him with that.
But on big purchases, definitely, you have to choose one over the other. But sometimes, and more often than not, you can actually balance the two. Meaning, you want to go somewhere, you don't have to live in an expensive hotel, you can live in a cheaper hotel, so that you get to balance practicality and, diba? Check my box now. So you get to balance it. You really want to visit this place, you want to go there, you want to be there. But at the
Find
same
a way
time,
to
you
make
want
it work,
save up
yes.
some amounts to save for the future, then you can do both. But live in a smaller hotel, in a cheaper hotel.
Good.
Diba? Shop less.
Yes, because when you walk down the streets, no one knows that you're coming from a cheaper hotel.
Baunin nyo na. And then set ka na. Hindi na mo na alam
He's
kung
actually
saan ka
right
nakatira,
with this.
right?
It's just so
Sabi si
phenomenal
Delaney,
hearing
of course,
this.
para kunwari, 2 linggo kayo doon.
That someone else has the same mindset.
Okay, so when it comes to work, like what do you love about your work, your job, and what sets you, like keeps you inspired while working? Because, you know, work is work.
I know.
It's work.
In my case, that I get to make a difference in the hope that I'll be remembered for it. That has always been the reason why I entered
that's
politics.
nice.
That's always been the reason why I entered government. I was asked that question when I first entered government service in 1998 as a congressman, as the representative of the 1st District of Sorsogon.
Oh wow.
They asked me, why did you run? The beauty queen answer would be, because I want to make a difference. I couldn't stomach that answer, so I answered truthfully. My answer was, is, and will always be, because I want to be remembered. And this is the only thing I know by which I could be remembered. For example, unlike you, I cannot act, I cannot paint, I cannot sing, I cannot dance, I cannot write.
Paint naman, dear, painting na yan.
No, that's why that's why it's here. Nobody buys it. I cannot write a book.
He
or
works
leave a
on his
book behind.
strengths and appreciates the strength of
after
others.
my time is passed here on earth, you can easily be forgotten. So
It's
hopefully, with the things I'm
I've
doing,
done, you're
I'll
not
be
forgotten.
remembered by it in a good way. Hopefully,
That's
not
the
in a bad
best
way.
thing.
So in a way, it feeds itself. For you
It's true,
do
to
good,
be
for you do
remembered for
well,
something
I hope
amazing.
that you will be not really famous, but at least be remembered
Yeah.
for it and by it. So that's what keeps me going.
Oh, because you're very, very busy. Very, 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 very busy. And there are a lot of people that...
Sino mas busy, ikaw o ako?
Ikaw.
Erling,
Pag in-add natin yung time na wala ka, ganun din yun in a week. Ikaw wala ka ng 3 times a week.
Pero kung wala akong kailangan yakapin o halikan sa trabaho ko, ay, ibang
Ay,
topic
hindi
po
naman
yan.
artista.
So sweet.
Anyway, because we
And
live
smart.
such busy lives, and a lot of people also live such busy lives. I can only imagine the women that just gave birth, that they have to work, they have to mawawalay sila sa mga
Right.
partner nila. How do you make your life balanced? Like you have time
Oh,
for your
it
family,
is tough, girl.
to work. How do you do that? What is the best balance, the best setup?